are a little bit different too, and that's part of the chess game that takes place every week.
Yeah.
When you look at their physicality, are there ways you guys can mirror that to match it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's when you play a physical team like this, you've got to make sure you play physical, and for us, it's all about blocking and tackling. We need to tackle well, we need to block well, and if we can do those two things and execute, then we'll be fine.
Having Daniel back in a white jersey for the first time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to have him out there. Yeah, mixing it up a little bit. He looks better, so we'll see how it goes.
And what about Irvin's?
Yeah, I think Irvin's feeling better too. So I think we'll have both those guys, and I think they're feeling better than they have in a while.
And you'll have a full complement as far as your running game because Bigelow's better.
Yeah. I think they're all in a decent place for this time of year. At different times during the season they've been a little bit banged up, but we've kind of gotten them back relatively healthy. So we'll see how it plays out.
In general terms, are you, other than the guys who were lost for the season, are you about as healthy?
Yeah, I mean, for that, for this time of year, and if you take out the season-ending injuries, we're relatively healthy. But you're always going to have some nicks here and there, and we've got some guys that are a little bit nicked. And as I said, if it wasn't for the season-ending stuff, we'd be in decent shape.
Yeah.
There seems to be a little more. I mean, you would expect maybe a little more energy this week for Stanford, but it seems even more than what one would expect.
Yeah. I mean, I think, we're hungry. This football team's hungry, and and angry and disappointed and all that, and then you throw the big game on top of that, and you've got some guys that want to go prove themselves, and so it's a good opportunity to do that. And, I think that our guys want to end the season on a high note and salvage what we can out of the season. So they're working hard.
Excuse my
No, it's okay.
dinosaur-like approach to my job.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the good old days.
Yeah.
I like the good old days.
And it seems, despite the record, the guys are fairly.
Yeah. I mean, our guys
upbeat.
guys practice. This bunch has practiced, to their credit. Haven't been able to put it together on Saturdays, but they practice, and so that bodes well for this Saturday, hopefully, and certainly bodes well for the future when they grow up and get a little bit bigger and a little stronger and a year older, and and so, like I said, we want to win Saturday. It's a huge game for us, but I think we feel good about our future.
You guys, your defense has, I think, 0 interception return yards. It's kind of an odd.
Yeah, it is a strange stat. Yeah, it's been one of those years. We were talking about our second year at Louisiana Tech. We scored a defensive touchdown in 6 consecutive games, and it's pretty amazing. And that's how we got on a run, and it's just that's those things that happen sometimes. And it just seems like when you have a dry stretch, you have a dry stretch, and when you get on a run, you get on a run. It just seems like we're on a little bit of a bad run right now.
Seeing what USC was able to do with turnovers against Stanford last week, does that put any more emphasis on kind of ball hawks out there?
Yeah, it does. So the thing you have to do is you got to make them throw it, and the only way you can do that is by stopping the run. And so that's what we have to do. And USC's a big physical team up front and does a good job stopping the run. So it'll be challenging for us, but that's our goal, and that's our approach we're going to take. We got to stop the run.
Getting back to the earlier question about putting in new stuff. I mean, is this stuff already in your playbook, or do you get up at 3 in the morning with a light bulb on? Oh, I'm going to do
a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, there's going to be
thanks.
There's some things you see from time to time that somebody else does that hurts somebody, or something that fits in your schemes, and it's not that too big of a variation. A way to attack a certain look that you see. So a little bit of both.
I just wonder if you're
yeah.
Are you a doodler? I mean, all of a sudden you say, hey, let's put this guy, and then you start drawing up.
There's some of that. Yeah, Tony does that, and so I think we all do that, and at times, and say, well, we did this. Let's change this a little bit, or a little bit of variation here, there, that type of thing. So that's it's constantly kind of evolving, and then you run it, you see if it fits, and then if it fits, then more than likely it ends up in the playbook, and if not, you kind of move on to something else. kind of the process that takes place.
And when something gets added into something else, get taken out.
Usually, yeah. Usually try to keep it under control, and you know, and
So you're not just stapling new packets.
exactly. We're not a traditional playbook team. I mean,
Yeah.
our stuff is a little different, but you know, it's always changing, evolving.
Just backtracking a little bit to guys being banged up. Are Harper and Fort going to be available on Saturday?
You know, both Harper probably limited, and Fort probably the same thing. You know, Fort hadn't practiced much, not real optimistic. Same thing with Harper. I mean, he's just, you know, he's been dinged, and that's such a, you know, you got to play fast at that position, and so hadn't been able to do that. So we've used him at times, just when we felt like we could get a little something out of him. I think he's a little more sore this week maybe than he has been. So we'll see how it plays out.
Harper more sore? Or
Yeah,
Ford?
yeah, Harper, I think. Yeah, more sore than he was last week.
Well, having Kenny do what he's done. And then
Yeah, that helps. It helps. You know, Chris is a really good player and been a productive guy for us, and so it's been disappointing for us because he's made a lot of plays. You know, and so we just, you know, we want to try to get him involved, but at the same time, you know, we got to, you know, he needs to get healthy.
Maurice seems to have probably one of the better amazing catch to total catch
Yeah,
ratios.
he does. Yeah, he's made a couple of good. It's a little bit like, he looks a little bit like Kenny did in the spring, you know, where he's a little inconsistent across the board, but can make the, you know, the spectacular play from time to time. So, you know, hopefully he'll continue to
See
improve.
kind of a mix between the two of them. If Harper is
Yeah. I
slowed.
think Maurice will have a chance to play a little bit and maybe hopefully make some plays.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay,
All right,
thanks guys.
Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.